what do you do when you hit a wall in fighting games? Like, you know, you can't do a certain combo, or you just can't get past a certain rank, or what do you do when you hit a wall in a fighting game?
Take a break.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Take a break. Um, because you're likely hitting that wall because you don't understand something. Like you don't even see why you're making a mistake. You don't know why. And so you the, there's two ways to go about it. A lot of times, like if you just take a break and do something else for a while and relax, your brain will figure it out for you.
Mm,
You don't even have to worry about it. When you come back at it again, you'll be good. Sometimes you just are playing the game too much and you
yeah,
need to take a step back. But then there are other times where that's not the problem. Um, Plateaus can exist in two areas. They can be within yourself. You are not allowing yourself to grow because either you are not noticing a mistake you're doing, you are not grinding something that you should be, you are not noticed like you have not gotten the required information for you to get past that plateau. Or it could be that the person that you're playing against, uh, they're the plateau, but you're mistaking it with you.
yeah,
Like, oh my God, I just cannot get first place or blah blah blah. It could be that that guy just has a good read on how you play, or maybe he knows how to play your character very well, or something like that. It could be something isolated to that one guy. And but a lot of times the plateaus I see with like certain players when they're plateaued, you know, a lot of times it's because they're blaming everything but themselves and they're playing the game too much. Oh,
yeah,
it's Reina. Oh, it's this game sucks. Or oh, this guy is playing in a way that's illegitimate. Or oh, whatever. Like instead of like literally just being like, okay, let's just play some games. For some reason, I keep losing this fucking rank. I get to the rank and then I lose it, and I just can't keep it. What's going on? You know, and you need to figure out what are the like. You need to deep dive. Like,
yeah,
what are the exact things that I am losing to? Like, am I always like every time I try to start my offense, I just get hit by random shit, or like, is it that I'm not like I could have won that match right there, but I missed the block punish here, 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 and here? Like, do I just need to play more efficiently? Or am I being too risky? Maybe I gave him opportunities for victory that I didn't need to do. Like with plateaus, you kind of have to defeat them in detail because they're not obvious. If they were, it wouldn't be a plateau.
yeah,
Like you would just know what to fucking do, and then you would eventually get over it, and you wouldn't even feel like it's a plateau. You'd just be like, okay, I just need to get this thing down or whatever, and you would eventually get it. But plateaus usually form because you don't understand why you feel like I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Like I don't get why I'm not able to get past this hurdle. And
mm,
it's like, and then I guess also another thing is like, do you want to get past the hurdle? Maybe
yeah,
this is like the time for you to stop. Like that's where I go back to say, like, do you like what level of player do you want to be? Because some people are legitimately pretty decent at a game. Like, there's some like if you were to take all of the people that play this game in the world, they might rank in the top, I don't know, 5,000 players.
yeah,
That's pretty fucking good. Are you really trying to be number one? Are you really trying to be in the top 10, top 100? Like, are you actually trying to be that good? Or because some people, I don't think like they visualize that they reach a plateau that is like actually a level of play that they don't want to get past because the work required to get past it is a
it's
fuck
hard,
ton. And
hard,
that's why they end up blaming all this other shit because they easily could, especially with the tools that are in Tekken 8, right? It it the tools in Tekken 8 to learn that game is remarkable. The idea that you can take replays that are already made for you, you don't even have to make those, and then you can in the replay take control of the character and see
That's crazy.
exactly what you did and then come up with strategies on exactly how to beat it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah,
So like,
especially for like 3D fighters.
yeah, for 3D fighters, that's insane. That's amazing. And it's like, there's no excuse. So um it really could just be, hey man, I'm pretty fucking good at this game, but I'm not the best. I'm not amongst the best in the entire world. You know, maybe maybe you should be okay with that. Cause I bet that if you were okay with that, you would actually start getting better again. Because you would just play naturally. And when you lose, you'd be like, ah, well, that guy was really fucking good, I guess. you
Yeah,
know, like he probably was just a fucking really great fucking player. I don't know. You know, you would actually start performing better, in my mind, but you never know. So yeah, plateaus are hard to get around though. But I mean, by the nature of them
yeah.
being plateaus, you have to beat them in detail, or you have to take a break.
I agree 100% with that. What about you, Josh?
Yeah, they're not so many words. Just take a break. I think it's important to get an idea of where you want to be, and I think you kind of figure that out as you're playing. And if you feel like you've hit a plateau, how do you feel about it? Are you really bothered by it, or I just use myself as an example. One of the plateaus that I dealt with in Street Fighter 4 was my execution with Makoto. I had a hard time doing certain combos that I would just avoid them, but then I realized like I wasn't killing anybody, and I couldn't really guarantee that. She had a setup where her highest damage combo came from getting the Karakusa and then canceling her heavy punch into a medium, and then it depended on which character you got it on. You could get 3 of those mediums on E Honda, 1 or 2 on other characters, and you have to know which character you could do it to. And I was kind of bad at linking, canceling the heavy punch into a medium punch into the dash punch, because I would always drop the link between the heavy punch cancel into the medium punch, and they would either show you can or mash or something or hop out, and it was just so frustrating,
Yeah,
and it was the execution there, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I could just grab them, do the heavy punch and the dash punch, but they'll still be alive. Because Makoto could kill you really fast if you were good, and that's kind of what I was thinking to myself. Like, man, I'm not good. My execution, I don't have any faith in it, and it's actively allowing matches to last longer than it should. And now that I'm up to these better players, they can sniff that out. It's to the point to where now they're just kind of just fucking with me. So I just you have to just take a break and stop focusing on winning. And the next few times I play, just focus. Like I said, minimize the stakes. Focus on doing this in the middle of the match. And clearing that plateau was very satisfying. It took a long time, especially when I decided to do the Karakusa. That was probably the biggest hurdle with that character, because doing it in practice is one thing, getting it in a match completely different.
yeah,
The stress of maintaining your life and doing all your setups and doing it. But I miss it. It was very nice, and that was probably the most engaged I was with the game outside of Tekken, or with a character. She was the most engaging character I was with. Right behind her would probably be Armor King,
yeah,
because he had a similar difficult that had to require high execution. It was his Wild Rising 2 that on counter hit, if he held up, he did the key charge into the OG Dark Upper,
oh yeah, yeah,
and you had to do a crouch dash lariat, and that was like 1 frame to get.
yeah.
And
I remember you would fight me one time or a couple of times. You got it. Like, oh
Yeah, because like now that I have it, even if I don't play the game in a while, it's second nature. So like, yeah, I'll probably miss it, but I'll get it more than I'll miss it. Same thing with
Yeah,
Karakusa.
yeah,
So it's like, oh yeah, I know it now. Once I got it, I think the first time I did it in practice, I was like, I I found it. It's right there. I can feel it, and it's gonna be the same way with Akira with the knee because I found it. It's just a matter of doing it because like once you master it in one place and you feel the timing and stuff, it becomes second nature to where you don't have to worry about. I got to practice this a trillion times, even if I retire. Like no, once it's there, it's there.
yeah. That reminds me of like when I was playing with Kage and like I was joking about before the stream, trying to like lay down. There's like a cancel with Kage where you have to lay down. And Josh was telling me he was like, yeah, you have to press the buttons. You can't do the bind. You have to press the buttons together or like you know whatever. And I start doing it, and I was like, oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see. That's how you do it. It's like an aha moment. It's so good. But for me, I would say I agree with you guys 100%. I say take a break, and if you do decide to try to break through that plateau, you have to not be afraid because like some of this, like for me, execution is bad for me. I have like really bad execution. So sometimes I get afraid of doing like certain things that require high execution or something that requires you to do it in the clutch. So my I guess my solution is I kind of just tackle the issue head on and don't run away from it, if you want to get better at it. So you have to recognize, okay, this is going to be hard, but you have to take it one baby step at a time with certain things. It's like
yeah,
some stuff you just can't rush it. You have to get the muscle memory. You got to get the timing. You got to get the feeling. And sometimes it just don't happen overnight. You got to constantly practice it. So even if you're getting beat by a certain person, it's like sometimes you be playing them. You have to understand why you're getting beat, and you have to look at yourself and look at them. Hey, what are your tendencies? What are they doing wrong? What aren't you taking advantage of to where you can win uh, against this person that seems unbeatable? You know. So yeah, don't run away from the issues. Tackle your issues, and like I said, take it one step at a time. Yep.
you
So,
got plenty of time. There's no rush.
yeah. It's like sometimes we have a habit of um, kind of like what Cross was saying. We have a habit of like comparing ourselves to like other players. Like some players are just like on God level, and then you play the same character as them. You be wondering like, man, why can't I play like you? Why am I not the next JDCR? Why am I not the next Lil Majin? It's like you have
Yeah,
to, you know, do things that are within your power to do. Um, and if you keep comparing yourself to someone else, you won't be able to focus on your own battles.
yeah.